What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Devil's Details Diecast Custom Build Series, and today we're kind of cheating on this build here. This is a M2 Chevrolet pickup, not sure of the year, sadly, probably somewhere in the 60s. I had started this project probably about 6 months ago, inspired by Jakarta Diecast and all of his flip-up hoods and flip-up beds and opening doors and all that stuff, and I was just kind of tinkering around with it to kind of make a version of my own. Put it aside because it wasn't going as well as planned, and forgot about it, and was looking to do a truck with no bed on it, and looked up on my shelf and remembered I had this one. So I think we're just going to use this one. Again, it's kind of a cheat because it's partially done. The wheels came on it as is. The cab has not been painted yet. As you can see, I kind of scuffed it up here and there, so this is going to get weathered, of course. And I already have done the flip-up portion of the hood. I thought about cutting into the hood and putting a bigger engine in it, but seeing that I already did all the work to get it to be a flip-up hood and glued all that in place and did the hinges and everything, I don't want to start messing with the integrity and cutting into the hood and all that nonsense. So I am just going to leave it as it is and keep it that way. There are gaps in the side, as you can see, which I'm not too worried about because, again, this is going to kind of fall into the rat rod realm. What I do like about it is it does have some working suspension, so you can actually have it be a little higher off the ground. I don't know why you'd want to, but you can, and then with a little press, I mean, I'm sure you guys are familiar with the M2 cars, you can drop it back to the ground. So I do like that feature. I am going to keep that. I may change the exhaust to maybe fill up those gaps. Maybe have some exhaust coming out the side here versus the rear exhaust. I'm not sure. The back is a little bland, so I'll probably put a gas tank on that tab you see in the back. I don't know what happened to the windshield, so that may just be gone. And I do have a couple of little ideas to customize it. So this is just going to be a quick and easy one here. Something to fill up the video roster and something to get this work in progress truck off my shelf and into the collection. So stick around, should be a fun one. Alright, so I think I found a good way to plug up the gap between the hood and the cab. I found these little exhaust pipes in my engine box. Just kind of cut them off, hit them with some primer, and then glued them to the inside. So with minimal effort, this cab's got to get glued in as well, but we go from having a gap like this to having a reason for the gap. I also shaved off the door handles because of this exhaust. Doesn't leave much clearance to open the doors, so I figure we'll have to jump in through the windows, which shouldn't be a big deal for these rat rod guys. I think most of the time these doors on the rat rods are not functioning anyway. I think I need a little bit more grinding there, or just a little more blending. This isn't fully done, of course. I did start some weathering, as you could tell, and I also did this visor here. Just got to blend it in a little better. This will probably be the last update because, again, I'm probably showing pretty much all of the build. There's not much to it, so I don't want to give away too much, but I did want to at least add a little bit of substance to the video and give you an update on the pipes that I found that I think fit nicely to close up that gap. So pretty happy about that. And stick around, we'll have our reveal. And if you remember, this is what we started with, a partially finished M2 Chevy pickup truck with a tilt-up hood and working suspension. And here's what we ended up with. The Rat Rod Chevy truck in all its glory. I think this came out pretty good. Not 100% excited about the exhaust. I did have some fitment issues, but in the end they did fit, and I think it is kind of a unique position for them, so we're going to roll with it. As it currently sits, it is in its higher up stance, so it does have a little bit of clearance. Of course, see the weathered paint job here. I did go a little bit more heavy on the rust this time around. Some of these rat rods I'll do a little heavy rust, some of them I'll do more paint, etc. Got the visor on there that is actual sheet metal, which is good to work with because it is bendable, and it does give you that nice shiny edge on it that something more realistic would have. Shaved the door handles off of this one because with those pipes you're not getting in. Muddied up the interior, and with a push down on the cab we can get it to sit on the ground, and with a flip up of the hood, you probably would do this more in the up setting, because as you can see it kind of lifts the tires off the ground, but hey, it's a die-cast toy, so we're not really all about realism here. But hit the engine there with some Tamiya smoke, just kind of dirty it up a little bit, but I do like a clean engine most of the times on a rat rod, as well as nice clean tires. So we go ahead and get this back into its up position. It does sit a little nicer with that tilted up hood. To do that hood, I basically just made a hinge out of a paper clip. Actually, it's out of some wire and a brass tube, much like you would make an axle tube. Just glued it to the front and glued it on the inside. Sadly, I don't have any footage of cutting the hood off, because again, this was just more of something I was working on in my spare time. But yeah, I didn't have footage of that, so I apologize for that. But it's a little rough, but you know, I like it for my first full-on cut and drop, you know, lift out hood. And grabbed a little gas tank there from a bone shaker, glued it on the back, cut off the back exhaust pipes, of course did the headlights, and I mocked in some of my own tail lights and indicators with Molotov and Tamiya Clear, orange and red, and that's it. So hope you enjoyed the build. There wasn't much to it, I apologize. It wasn't very involved. It was more weathering than anything. I used Citadel for that, for majority of it, and that's about it. So stick around for some glamour shots, and until the next one, be well.